Hello, I'm Deanna Cowley, and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. Today we're in Salem, Oregon, and we're talking about the state legislative issues. My guest today is Representative Peter Buckley. Peter, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
We appreciate you being here.
I look forward to the discussion.
You are working diligently to try to resolve your budget issues.
Very much so. And it's a very complex process that we're working on. We're working out on our way through this recession, but we're trying to do some very major things in the state of Oregon. We're trying to recreate how we deliver health care in a way that's not only going to cover more people and provide better outcomes for health care, but actually start to hold down the costs in health care. We're also working in the area of public safety. 93% of our budget is education, human services, healthcare, and public safety. We're trying to hold down the costs in public safety as well to keep them from escalating, to make sure we don't have to build another prison, because I don't think that's what anybody wants for the future of Oregon, is more prisons and less dollars for education. And by holding down healthcare costs and public safety costs, we're going to finally start to reinvest in education in a way that's going to start making a difference. In this coming budget, 2013-15, our goal is to start to reinvest in K-12 in a way that we stop the layoffs of teachers, we start adding back school days, and we start reducing class sizes in Oregon to start making an impact in education again.
So you're really thinking about balancing the budget for the biennium, but also thinking long term.
Very much so. And I have to give Governor Kitzhaber credit, because he's been really pushing this idea of trying to look 10 years out. And first, when that was first brought to me, was in the middle of the 2009 session, when the economy had just collapsed and the state was just in free fall. I mean, we were in free fall. We were looking at closing down schools. We were looking at massive layoffs across the board. And that's when the governor started talking about, look out 10 years. And my response was, just get me to the next budget deadline and see if we can hold things together. But through that process of trying to look through not only how we hold things together during the recession, but where are we going to be in 10 years? How are we going to rebuild education? Everybody you talk to in this building, Democrat, Republican, Senator, Representative, they're going to say that they're here because they have a passion for education. But the only way we're going to be able to invest in education is actually looking at the other parts of the budget, do them more effectively, hold down the costs, and start to reinvest in education in a way that makes sense and that's sustainable, so that school districts, parents, teachers, and students can count on a budget that is building over the next 10 years. Adding back PE, adding back music, adding back drama, adding back the things, shop classes, the things that get kids motivated and keep them at school.
And some of the things that are personally important to you are, of course, seeing what we could do to maintain the PERS and also continue the education and keep the public safe all at the same time.
Yeah, it's a tremendous puzzle. When you look at the PERS issue is tremendously complex, and I always use a personal example here. My next door neighbor taught for 30 years in high schools in Jackson County, and he's a member of PERS. So as the proposals come forward, reduce his retirement benefits, I know exactly whose retirement benefits I'm reducing. It's my next door neighbor.
Well, and that's also money into the economy, too.
That is true. The PERS dollars go out. He spends the PERS dollars he gets for his retirement. He visits his grandkids. He has a nice, good life. But at the same time, I have an obligation to his grandkids as well to make sure they have the educational opportunities. We're trying to solve this puzzle. We're trying to find what that balance is. But there's a tremendous amount of forward motion in the budget process and the legislature itself in regards to reforming how we deliver health care. We're going to be a national model. We already are a national model. Reforming how we do public safety and getting to a point where we can have optimism about what we're doing in education again.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time, and I've enjoyed visiting with you.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest.